Hey everybody, so I recently posted a video about how to use my writing through the body method for fiction. And so I want to talk in this video about how to use it for memoir. And if you watch that video, you know what it's about. If not, I'll explain it here. So I created writing through the body in 2014, and I've been teaching it in person and online, getting feedback and really perfecting it. And so I know that it's effective, and it's just a very different way to approach writing. And it is all character based. So it's all intended to help you with character development, because while some people say that when we start writing a story, we need to start with a premise, I think we need to start with the people. Because without the people, there is no premise. We have to have bodies, living things of some kind, even if they're not human, to be moving around, wanting things and doing things and reacting to things, right? So I always start with the people. And for memoir, it's very similar to the way I use writing through the body is very similar to the way we use it in fiction, but obviously there are differences because you're writing about your real life and about yourself. So if you've been to writing workshops and you've had your parts of your memoir or personal essays or whatever workshopped, you know that in most workshops anyway, you, the protagonist, is referred to as he, she, or the protagonist, right? It's just kind of a standard rule of thumb that's used when workshopping other people's writing and commenting on their personal life experience. So we treat that the same way then when we use writing through the body. And for this method, which is based on the 7 main chakras of the body, this then translates into 7 levels of character development that we can use. So 2 things. A lot of times when people hear chakra, they think, oh, this is some woo-woo, new age spiritual thing. It is not. I use this very practically in the way that I teach it. It's definitely comes from, if you know, it's an ancient Hindu system that really helps define different stages of human development. And so when we look at it that way, you can maybe start to imagine how it can help us build a character, right? So you might be thinking, well, wait a minute, I don't need to build a character. I'm writing about myself. But the reality is when we write memoir, it's very easy to have tunnel vision sometimes when we are writing about our own life and from our own perspective. And it's easy to kind of get insular in the way that we think about telling our own story. And so what writing through the body does is help you start to look at yourself more as the character of your story, the protagonist of your story. And it oftentimes, as I've learned, helps people see themselves in ways they haven't before and really allows them to be able to express who they are and what they've been through and what they've transformed on the page a lot easier, so that a reader can take it in and get on board and understand and really go along for the ride, okay? So here's how it works. 7 levels. I will explain each one, and you can even give this a try, even with these short little mantras that are associated with them. So the first step, the first level, is the root chakra, and that is located down at the base of our tailbone is where it's located. Just to give you a visual. And side note, when I do this with people, there are also a couple of meditations involved. But it's more to, instead of thinking of as some kind of spiritual practice, although I will say I do view my writing practice as my spiritual practice, but that's just me. What these meditations do is help you really, the first one is to kind of clear out your own energy inside, because the chakras it's our life force, also called chi or prana. It's about how energy moves through us. And we can just simply write easier when we have that energy, that flow going. So one of the meditations that I offer when I teach this is to clear out you, the writer. The second one is to embody the character. And so, this is how these come into play. So when you start imagining yourself as a character, you're able to be a little more objective about you, your story, and how you are portraying it on the page, okay? So the first level is in the root chakra, and the mantra for it is I am. Simply that. If you treat this as a free write exercise and just start writing, kind of do a brain dump, stream of consciousness, don't stop yourself. Don't get too analytical about it. Let the writing come from somewhere else in you. How would you, as your protagonist, finish that statement? And really try and commit to at least 2 pages for each level. So how would you write that? I am. Maybe spend at least 10 minutes on it. 10 minutes and or 2 pages, whatever comes first. All right, then the second step is located just under the navel. So if it helps to imagine that while you're writing this, focus on that area of your body. And the mantra for this is I feel. And so this is really about one-on-one partnerships of any kind. And also a person's degree of creativity. So how would you complete that 2-word mantra? I feel. Okay, go from there. Third level is I act or I do. So this is about personal agency in the world. And because you're writing memoir, and in all stories, we want to see that arc, that story arc, the character arc, the transformation that they go through. You might want to write some of these from where you were in the beginning and where you are now after you have transformed this event or these events in your life that you're writing about in your memoir. So how would you write for 2 pages or 10 minutes, beginning with I act or I do? Keep it really simple. Don't overthink it. All right, 4th level, located in the third level, is located right where the solar plexus is, right at the top of the stomach, just under the chest. All right, 4th level is located in the chest area. So this is the heart chakra. And the mantra for it is I love. So this is how you as a protagonist love in the world. Maybe how you used to love before you went through this transformation and how you love now. It has to do with compassion, forgiveness, all of that. How would you write for 10 pages or 2 minutes, beginning I love? All right, the next level, level 5, is in the throat chakra. The mantra for this chakra is I speak or I say. So this has to do with a person's will, their ability and willingness to speak their truth. And so how would you write for 10 minutes or 2 pages about that? I speak or I say what? And this has to do with how freely that's done, how comfortable you as the protagonist might be in doing this. And again, you might want to think of it before and after, right? So that you can start to connect the dots about how you got from one point to the point where you are now when you're writing about your story with this perspective, with time having passed, okay? The 6th level is located here. It's the 3rd eye. And the mantra for the 6th level is I see. And this is not so much a seeing with the eyes, it can be, but it is more an intuitive seeing. It's how you as a protagonist see things. Maybe you are a person who used to have a lot of illusion around something in your life, and then something happened and completely changed that. And now you have much clearer eyes about how you work in the world, how the world works, and your place in it. So how would you write for 10 pages or 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 pages or 10 minutes about what you see? I see, fill in the blank, and think of it from an intuitive sense, okay? Then lastly, level 7 is the crown chakra located right here. And so that is about knowing. And it can be a cognitive knowing, but think of it also as a more connected knowing, connected to the universe, the divine, the cosmos, something greater than yourself. All right? And again, no religious context here, just how you see a knowing that might extend beyond you, or maybe it's part of you, maybe it's your higher self. So what does your higher self know? What does the universe, the cosmos know? And how do you connect to that? So how would you write for 2 pages or 10 minutes, beginning with the mantra, I know? All right, so give that a try and let me know how it works for you. Like I said, I've been teaching this for a few years now, and I found it really effective. And this is just the beginning of it, but I wanted to give you a sample of the flavor of how it works and kind of what it's based on. And I'll be showing up with more and more videos about writing through the body and other offerings that I have, all meant to help you write. Because that's my mission, is to help people write and tell stories, and I believe change the world. So as always, I send you mad writing mojo. Happy writing.